You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnett land and all of you around the world. Listen to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. Right now, it is 71 degrees, only going up to a high of like 81. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of weather I like. It's beautiful, and I'm excited about that. So today is National Peach Pie Day. I know y'all, listen, it's food. I'm back. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I did. I went to Albany, Georgia, and visit my family, because that's where I'm originally from, Albany. Some folks say Albany. I say Albany, Georgia. And it was really nice to go home. It's always nice to go home. My brother texted me the whole time I'm down there, like, what you doing? I was like, I'm down here. So I hung out with my cousin Wayne. So Wayne and I are like around a couple years apart. So it was so funny because I was telling my daughter, I said, Wayne and I were a couple years apart. My brother and Leon was the same age. And then my cousin Dean and my cousin Daisha, they were the same age. So they were like best friends. Leon and my brother Marion was best friends. And me and Wayne were kind of like best friends. So because we're close in age. And we kind of think alike, because he's like the entrepreneur down there. It's so funny because he always has a great idea. But and he has a book. He has a coloring book that he did. I bought the coloring book last time I was down there. He is so funny. I remember the first time he has a clown company. So his clown company is called Sir Mackey the Clown. And so we went down there. My husband met him for the first time. He did a performance for us. He had a smoke machine. He had a strobe light. He was playing the keyboard and he was singing. It was so funny. And then I think he popped out the guitar. Oh man, he's a one-man band. It was hilarious. But he is so funny because he has his clown business, but he always has like these amazing ideas, kind of like me. And I was like, listen, but so he has a son. Okay, so let me just tell y'all this. He has 11 kids. 11. That boy is busy. He got 6 girls and 5 boys. And one of his sons, he's 16 years old. He has a beautiful, beautiful voice. And so I said to him, crap, you need to scrap everything and put all your time into your son, because he has a wonderful. He sung John Legend's song, what is it, Beautiful Mind? Is that it? Mm-hmm. I can't think of it. That's it, right? Beautiful Mind? Mm-hmm. I think so. So and then he sung Marvin Gaye's song. He has a beautiful voice. And I was like, Wayne, this what you need to be focusing on him. Like, and he's cute, y'all. So he got the whole look and everything. So, I'm looking at him like, okay, yeah, he's very marketable. Has a beautiful voice. He's a cute looking fella. Yep, he got it. He got what it takes. And he's not shy. So he just busts. I said, and he's not shy. He's like, oh, no, he's not shy. But if y'all ever met my cousin is not shy and he's hilarious. And I talk about him all because he is so funny. That's why he makes such a good clown. And he has a couple of things he's working on. He has a game show he's working on. He does a lot of stuff. But anyway, I had a great time. My aunt did the spread, y'all. She likes to cook, right? And she cooks. He made a red velvet cake, and she made a pound cake. I don't like pound cake, but I love red velvet cake. And I try to get her to make a carrot cake, and that's my absolute favorite. Only from her though. Like I won't eat anybody else's carrot cake. But she made red velvet, and it was really, really good. But she had a spread when we left yesterday that was out of this world. She had crab, she had oysters, she had shrimp, she had chicken, she had macaroni cheese, rice, she had paella, she had corn, potatoes, she had the eggs to go with the boy. Oh, she had it all. It was, and I ain't have time to really eat like I wanted to. Because here's the thing, whenever you plan out something, and she had planned this out, right? She's like, okay, we're going to go to church. Church is going to be up at 1 o'clock, and we're going to come home, and we're going to cook everything. It never works like that. By the time she got finished cooking, by the time we got from church, because church went over, even though they normally get out at the same time every week, church went over by a whole hour. And so she lost the hour. And that put her behind. And people were coming to eat right after church. So people were there ready to eat. So we were like, there's no food ready really. So we need to go get something. So my daughter's like, I'm going to Zaxby's because I'm starving. And so I ate some French fries. But by the time she finished, all I could do was eat like a pound of crabs and run out the door because I had to leave. And I missed out on all the good food. But I brought me a couple slices of red velvet cake. I know, don't beat my hand. But I had to do it. All right, y'all. So enough about what I did this weekend. Let's get on with our word for the week. Listen, Georgette hasn't been here in a minute. Stuff happens. That's what y'all know what I really want to say, but this is a family show, so stuff happens. But Georgette is here with us this morning to give us the word for the week because we need a word for the week. I'm tired. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. I'm tired because that's a 3.5 hour drive, and we drove, and I'm tired. And it rained, it stormed coming back, so. Here's a funny thing, G, about going on vacation, right? You go on vacation to go on vacation, right?
You're tired.
And you come back exhausted. What is that about?
Because you go out there and you do all the things that you want to do. It's just like, it's like one of those things where, you take your kids someplace and you just let them run havoc all over the place. It's like, oh, I'm just going to enjoy everything. And then you're like, oh, my God, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Because, you don't do that half the week.
Yeah.
Half the time you're home, you don't do that.
That's what happened. And it's so funny because my granddaughter, so, it's easy. Like, to get out my house, you got to go down, walk off the deck, go down the stairs and all that to get to the yard, right? To go to my aunt has a ranch, so it's really easy just to walk out the back door and be outside. Where the baby had a ball. My daughter took out in the backyard, and it's a big backyard, so she had a ball. She was all over the place, so every night she would take outside and let her run so she can go to sleep. It was hilarious. Yeah. It was hilarious, but we had a good time.
That's what you got to do. That's great. Sounds like you had an amazing weekend with family, which is a beautiful thing, as usual. It's always a beautiful thing. Hopefully. Well, if you like your family, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I pretty much like my family. I understand we are who we are. And I think when you come to understand that part about your family, like, listen, people are who they are. And they probably say, okay, that girl right there is crazy. She always got some kind of idea going on. Because I do.
Right.
And I know I'm a little crazy, and I own up to that. So I own who I am, but I've also learned to just accept people for who they are, family, friends alike. Yeah. This is who they are. Once you know that, then you know how to deal with them. I think the problem becomes when you expect them to do something different from who they are. Yeah. And then you're disappointed.
That's true.
Then you're disappointed.
Expectations, right?
Yep. It's an expectation.
It's true all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you had a good time, sweetie.
Yes, ma'am.
I was pretty, it's been pretty calm and cool, and I'm okay with that here. So it gave me some reflection time, which I always need, I think. Time to work on yourself, and that's and that's always good. That's always a good thing. So I'm excited, but I'm excited to be back. And hello to everybody out there. Let me get started here. I got my little I'm shuffling. Sorry, shuffling when you were talking too. All right, let's get on with the word of the week. All right, Gwinnetians, let's go. All right. Sorry. I get to see this for everybody else. Okay. So it's a 4-letter word today.
Oh, God. Is it love?
It is love.
Oh, see?
I know. That's the word of the week, love. I mean, oh, my gosh. And how much do we need that?
Yeah.
Right? How much do we need that? I think part of what you were saying is really significant about how you look at people in your life, right? And the things that you expect them to do or expect them to be. And at the end of the day, you just have to love them where they're at. And I think we talked about that earlier. You just have to love them where they're at. And love really is, it's about feeling, but it's also about acting lovingly to other people. So love is to feel and to act lovingly to people, to other people. And we need that. I think we really need to have a lot more love in this world. And at the end of the day, too, love is also about acting and feeling lovingly towards yourself, which I think is the key. For me, that's always the key. How you feel and how you act towards yourself. That's love. That is how much you show. That's how much you show you care about yourself as well. Because I think until you can do that, you really don't have the capacity, to be able to share that love with anybody else on a truthful basis. So the word of the week today is love, and you could say that I am love because you have to embody that for yourself before you can tell other people that you love them.
Right.
It's not always just about the feeling of it. It's about the acting of it as well. The action you do to show somebody that you love them. Just like you take care of your neighbors, you look out for other people. Those things are part of loving other people. So, and we need that. We just need that in this world. We need that in our families. We need that in our lives, and we need that for ourselves.
And I think when you really just step back and say, you know what, I'm just gonna love that person for who they are. I was telling when I did the interview with oh God, what was her name? Kaylin. And we were talking about artwork, and what I said to her was, and it was so funny because I felt like she was interviewing me at one point. But when we lost Diamond, right, and
yes.
And it was so painful. Nobody really knows how painful that was for me. So I can't even imagine losing a member of my immediate family. And I've lost people that I loved before. But this was different because Diamond was here every day. You know what I mean? So she was in my office every day, all day. So when we would go outside together, we would take breaks together, she and I. She would run. I had to go chase her down and bring her back in the house. Things like that. And so it's the little tiny things that you miss, right? But what that made me realize was that I had to start loving and embracing those tiny things that annoy me, right? Mm-hmm. And I had to, and that's a conscious process. Like, it's not something that you just do. It's a conscious process. Conscious. And so I realized anytime somebody kind of tick me off or do something that gets on my nerve, that first instance, I'm going to tick off. Then I said, okay, you know what? I'm just going to love it and roll with it. And that's a conscious process. And I've been doing it ever since Diamond passed away because, I live with a lot of people. And sometimes they just tick me off, And because but it's the little things. And I said, you know what? One day they may not be here to tick me off. So I'm just going to embrace that and move on and love it and keep it going. And so I think when you learn to understand that you just have to love people where they are and for who they are, and just embrace that, right? And it's hard sometimes because people will tick you off for real. But
that's the thing about it being a process. It's a journey like everything else, And I think too is that we use the word love so just we just throw it out there all the time, or I love this or I love you or whatever. But it's not. You have to. And then when people tick you off, then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Do I really care about this person? I mean, how do I care about this person? I think love, any of the words, any of the things that we say to ourselves or to other people, and there's a belief that you have to start believing that is true about you and that you are capable of doing all those things and being all those things. And it is a process. And when you fall off of it, you're like, okay, I understand it's a process. Let me see how I could get back onto that. Let me see how I could love this person from where they're at. It is a process, just like forgiveness. And all of that is a process.
Yes.
All of it is a process. And so it's about, but if you don't hear those things and, like we come weekly with the word, if we don't discuss those words or talk about those things, then it takes longer to be in that process. It takes longer to be in that process. So.
All right, guys. So your word for the week is love. So, share some love, spread some love. And trust me, a smile can make people feel loved, honestly. Yes. Like you can see somebody smiling and they feel like they're appreciated, that you see them, right? And all that stuff is really important, especially now. We got so much crap going on right now. It is unbelievable. My aunt is a pastor. But she's one of those pastors that's not too churchified. So she can talk real with you at the same time and talk Bible with you at the same time. So we had some really deep discussions while we were there about where we are right now in this time and day. And, right now people just need to feel love. It's just a lot going on. And, but here's the thing. The conscious people in this world, we can shift this universe, right?
Yes, we can.
Right. If we're conscious, and when I say conscious, I mean that we are aware of our surroundings. We are aware that we need to put more love out in the atmosphere. We are aware that we need to tell more people to show more love. We can shift it. We can shift this thing, but we got to work together as one. And that's why it's so important that Georgette comes on every Monday and give you the word of the week, that I give you inspiration for the day, because we need to help you shift your consciousness so we can shift what's going on in the world and shift the universe. We can do it, though. I know we can, and I feel like I feel like it's shifting, but we just got to get rid of all the garbage first, and we're getting rid of it, So that's a good. And here's the thing: you can feel that energy in yourself when you feel things are going good, but you got to be willing to open yourself up to feel that energy for yourself. A lot of times people are not. They want to wallow in what's painful and what's hurtful, right?
Mm-hmm.
They want to stay in that space because that they're comfortable there. It gives them something to complain and whine about. That's not me. I don't want to stay there. I ain't trying to stay in that space.
Everybody gets something from it. You
right.
Get something from it. They get something from it, you know? But,
so,
yeah.
We want you to show love. We want you to feel love. And if you don't feel love, ask somebody for a hug so you can feel love. Because hugs always make you feel love. I just love hugs. All right.
I give everybody a virtual hug right now.
Virtual hug. My hands are wide open. All right. That's some love for you.
I'm going to talk about that, too, at some point, about hugging, how that can help you. But that's another show.
That's another show. That might be Sunday morning inspiration. I don't know.
Awesome.
Y'all know me. I'm always creating something. Podcasts let me just be who I am, a creator. I'm a creator. I got about 6 or 7 podcasts on the back burner trying to figure out which one to launch first. It lets me, oh my God, it lets me be who I am. I'm a creator, y'all. That's who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a creator. I love to create stuff. And for me, podcasting is one of the simplest ways to just create stuff, right? And and technology like Alexa and all that stuff, it allows me to be who I am. I'm a creative person. I used to think I was creative. Right? I used to say, man, I'm not creative like everybody else. I am creative in a different way. I can't draw. I can't sew. I can't sculpt. I can't sing. I can't really dance like that. Not professional. I could dance, but not like that. But I could come up with some banging ideas, some headbangers, and I can launch them. So that's a good thing. So I have embraced that creative side of me, and I won't say, oh, I'm not creative. I am very creative. And doing this platform right here allows me to be who I am. All right, we done talked a lot. Georgette, you are free and welcome to stay around for the rest of the show. All right, cool. We're gonna get on with your horoscopes. I know we've been talking for 17 minutes. I haven't done the horoscopes, so let's go ahead and do our horoscopes. Brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen for today, Monday, August the 24th. Yes, it is the 24th. Wow. Yes, it is. All right, we're gonna kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Be prepared to lose friends or alienate loved ones due to your stubborn nature lately. Put in some extra hours and finish those careful jobs before you move on to some fun and games. Don't rely on others to handle your workload. All right, listen here, Aries. You're going to piss some folks off and you're going to be sitting up there by yourself. You're going to lose some friends. You're going to be sitting in the corner by yourself at home. Don't do it. Listen, the stars are giving you a warning not to do that. So don't do it. I live with Aries, y'all. So I'm telling you, my Aries, don't do it. It is not going to be pretty. You're going to be sitting in the corner by yourself. Taurus, be discreet about your personal life or whereabouts. Be mysterious. Eliminate situations that are no longer to your advantage. People who try to persuade you to do things their way will annoy you. Listen, just love the annoyance and tell them no. That's all. You are, I know. Just tell them no. Here's the other thing, Taurus. Be discreet about your personal life or your whereabouts. Now, I'm not going to even get into why I'm trying to read between the lines because nothing may not be there. But I'm just saying that sounds kind of suspect to me, Taurus. What you doing? I don't know. Gemini, you can make favorable real estate offers today. Physical limitations are possible if you aren't careful. You may find out that someone has not been completely honest with you. Straight up, Gemini, somebody been lying to you. So you need to go ahead and treat that lie. That's what my mother used to say. Go on, treat that lie. So my husband said to me, what does that mean? I said, get to the root of it. He's like, oh. I said, that's one of them country Georgia saying. My mother, go treat that lie. What's that mean?
Yeah, you don't hear that in New York.
Nah, but down south in Albany, you might hear that. Treat that lie. What does that mean? Go get to the root of it. That's what it means. Cancer, take some time to listen to problems of your family members. Try not to judge too quickly. Compromise if you wish to have any fun at all. Yeah, speaking of fun, I'm joining the bowling league. I'm so excited about that. I'll talk to y'all about that later, though. Leo, travel will be fun, but expect it to cost you. It's going to cost you a little bit of pennies. Involvement in fitness clubs will be conducive to engage in romantic connections. You need to spend some time pampering yourself. All right, Leo, listen, you're going to have to join the gym, baby. I'm still leery about the gym. I'm still leery. Now, you may want to just go hang out in the parking lot and look for that new love. Look like you worked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you going to the gym. I'm telling you that involvement in fitness clubs, this is what Michael said, could be conducive to engaging romantic connections. So if I were you, I'd probably just go hang out and put on my little workout clothes, look cute, and go hang out in the parking lot. Look like I worked out. Come out, throw some water on your face. Make it look real. You know what I'm saying? Make it look real, G. Oh boy, I just really had a workout. Didn't do nothing. I'm just saying. Virgo, you may be angry if someone tries to take credit for something you did. Your hard work and dedication will pay off, so stick to your guns and do your job well. This will not be the best day to initiate change. All right, don't do it today. Just fall back. Wait a day, Virgo. Some things don't need to be changed today, so just wait a day. So just fall back. All right? All right. All right, listen, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thyssen. Stay tuned.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good. Everyone has been telling me that you got me hooked. You're playing it big time. You're feeding me lies. Everyone has been bugging me to sever the ties. But I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever, ever seems to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. Should've known by your rap sheet that you weren't nice, but now I am telling you I'm going to smile. But I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever, ever seems to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or two I won't remember who you are. Man down, he ran out of luck and now it's my time. Ain't no looking back, I'm on the right track. Here she goes. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I won't let the door hit when I leave. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or two I won't remember who you are. I guess that I was born beneath a very lucky star, and in a week or two I won't remember who you are.
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thyssen. And I'm here today with my good friend, Georgette Teller, who just recently gave you the word of the week. I like that song when she said, I won't let the door hit when I leave. I was like, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that song. All right, Libra. You may have difficulty with family members if you get involved in petty arguments. Secret affairs may be tempting. You will have to be careful not to fall into traps set by jealous colleagues. Listen, somebody's trying to set you up to have a secret affair. Don't be tempted. Yeah, because remember, Libra, what I always, if it's a secret, you shouldn't be doing it. Secrets will come to the surface. They surely will. Scorpio, you will earn recognition for work you are doing. You may have been too nice to a friend who just wanted to take advantage of you. Don't take sides if you wish to remain on good terms with both parties. Yeah. So you got this friend, that's been just too nice. They want to take advantage of you. So watch your back, Scorpio. And don't take sides. Stay neutral. That way, when it's all, because here's the thing, you take sides, right? Now, one side is mad at you, and they're back together in love again, and then you the bad guy. Don't take sides. It's like, I'm neutral. Just don't do it. Sagittarius. Depression may result if you don't get to do things your own way. Oh, Lord. Opportunities for new partnerships will develop through the organizations you encounter. Romance will come through involvement with fundraising organizations. Here's the thing, Sagittarius. Sometimes you just can't do everything your way. Everything can't always be your way. That's my aunt. She's a Sagittarius, y'all. Her birthday is November the 22nd. She right there. She's the first day of Sagittarius.
Yep.
Yeah, she said, everything can't be your way, Sag. Not today. So don't get depressed about it. Just roll with it. Like, you know what? Today ain't the day for me to get what I want. That's all. It's not. Listen, God probably got a better plan for you anyway. Capricorn, you need to spend less time daydreaming and more time accomplishing. That sounds like me. Resistance leading to conflict will only make it twice as hard to turn the situation around. Look after financial transactions today. I'm a daydreamer, y'all. I ain't ashamed to admit it. I'm grown now. I can say what I want to say. I'm a straight up daydreamer. Like when I need to escape, I just go and daydream. It takes me away. That's why I like all that fantasy stuff. Like I like mermaids and I sound like a little kid, right? Unicorns and fairies. That's because I'm a dreamer. I am. And I ain't ashamed of who I am. I am who I am. Aquarius.
That's what Popeye says.
That's what Popeye says. I am who me am. Aquarius, you may find that children are not as accepting as you have been. Yeah, children normally aren't. Your emotional partner may make you angry today. Don't say things that could be damaging later on. Cut loose. Here's the thing, Aquarius. I always say this. Be careful what you say, because what you say out of your mouth, you cannot take back. I'm just saying. You can say I'm sorry a million times. You cannot take it back. And I'm telling you, if you say something that hurts somebody's feelings, 9 times out of 10, it's very hard for them to forget that. Even if they forgive you, it's very, very hard for them to forget. And trust me when I tell you, things will linger on for decades. I ain't going to even say years. I'm going to say decades. And you know how I know? You know how I know? Because I've had things said to me that has lingered for decades. Like a lot of them.
Right.
Like 4 decades. I'm just saying. And my fellow fish Pisces, travel for business or pleasure will be enlightening. You have a change of heart if an old flame waltzes back into your life. You can enjoy doing things that include children. Okay, fish. Okay, all my married fish. Yeah.
Who's that?
All the married fish out there. Now listen here, married fish. If it was old flame, that means it wasn't a good flame. That's probably a problem. That's why it's called an old flame. Now all you single fish, go for it. Ooh, I'm just gonna go on for it. Listen, married fish. I don't know about y'all. Now listen here. Don't let no old loves walk back in now and mess up what you got. I'm just saying. You know how we are. We're very nostalgic. We'll go back into the time with that person. Be like, oh man, I remember when Georgia. You know how it was. Remember you used to ride the train up the 35th Street and yeah. We're very nostalgic people. So be careful, married fish. Let the old flames stay old flames. Don't be talking to them. Because we get into that nostalgic movement. It's like, oh, I remember when we used to go and we used to eat pizza together. Remember that? Yeah. Remember we went to our favorite song? I don't know. Did you and your boo did you and the ex have a favorite song, G?
Yes, I did.
See? Mm-hmm. All they do, and sometimes they waltz back in, y'all start talking about the favorite song and singing the song. Married fish, don't do it to yourself. Single fish, do your thing. Have some fun. As a matter of fact, hit us up and let us know how it turned out for you. All right? Yeah, we can't. I ain't messing with it. All right, listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Now let's get on to this terrible coronavirus news. Woo, yeah, I know. I stopped doing it. I was doing it every day at one point. It was like, okay, I told you that stop because it's really depressing me, and it's really hard to depress me. That was depressing me. Like, let me say this: it's easy to depress me when I see sad stuff, but I don't try to see sad stuff. So I was like, I ain't watching the news. I ain't watching none of that. Like, I watch the news. Let me tell you when I watch the news. I watch the news at 7:30 on most days. 30 minutes of news is about all I'm gonna get in.
That's
like
a good thing.
That's it, because otherwise it's depressing. But anyway, all right, here's the Georgia coronavirus update as of yesterday. So the Department of Public Health for Georgia has issued the number for this week so far. We have 253,949 confirmed cases of COVID-19 here in the state of Georgia, which is a very high number. I heard on the news the red zone. 5,132 people have passed away from the coronavirus. And what does that look like for us here in the county, in Gwinnett County? We are still second in the state with the highest number of cases, second to only to Fulton. We have 23,096 confirmed cases. Yes, 23,096 confirmed cases of COVID-19 here in Gwinnett County. 306 people have passed away from the coronavirus in Gwinnett County. So that number is pretty high. We are second in the state with the number of cases confirmed, which is pretty darn bad. So there you have it for this week. Because you still have the social. You know, I was pleasantly surprised though. We went to church. I went to church, Georgia, while I was with my aunt. I was a little scared because I told her I'm not going to church, and she's like, "Come on, to go to church. It's gonna be okay." I was like, "Girl, I ain't going to church," but she convinced me to go to church. And seriously, when we went to church, it was a little different. They had the person standing at the door to take your temperature. They had hand sanitizers at the door so you can wash your hands. And when you walked inside the church, I mean, the chairs were so far apart, you couldn't hardly hear what the pastor was saying. I was like, they mean business. Do you hear me? Those chairs were so far apart, you could hardly hear what the pastor was saying. So because of that, he had the speakers blasting. He was like, I need y'all to hear me, because they were spread out. They were like 9 feet social distance apart. And you had to sit there through the whole service with your mask on. And I was like, okay. Wow. Yeah, he did it. He did it though. He did service, and it was a nice service, a nice amount of people. People did not linger around after service. They went on out that door and got in their cars. There wasn't no hugging and kissing everybody and shaking hands and fellowshipping. It was none of that stuff. It was like, let me go ahead and get in my car and go. So I was like, yeah, it was crazy. I was like, I've been to restaurants that weren't 9 feet apart. Like literally. I know, that's right. Girl, he had them chairs spread out so far. The choir was the only people that was sitting kind of close together. But they were back on the pulpit behind him. And but the service was nice. It was a nice service. And I was like, oh, okay, he did it though. He was like, we're gonna have church. He live streamed. It's like all you who are not here in this church, he live streamed. He had the speakers lined up so everybody could hear, because everybody was spread out. Wasn't no slap your neighbor 5 and give him a hug. Well, none of that. Because you be in church now. They want you to hug somebody, hug 3 people and tell them you love them. Wasn't no hugging 3 people yesterday. It was like, you stay in your seat with that mask on, and we're gonna do this service. So it was nice though. It was nice. That's good. Yeah, it was nice. Now listen to this, G. This kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, whoa. So on the national side, I'm getting to some Gwinnett news in a minute, but I gotta give y'all a couple pieces of national news because I thought this was like, whoa. Kellyanne Conway is leaving the White House?
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah, she is.
I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah, and then but I think her daughter tried to file for emancipation, I think.
Oh, I didn't know.
I heard that.
Oh. And her husband is leaving the Lincoln Project. Now, how do they live together?
Wow, I don't know. I always wonder that. They had another couple that was very famous. I can't think of their name. They were, they were both sides, and they worked out well. But I guess to me, it always seems really contentious with Kellyanne and her husband all the time. So I don't know. Yeah, I was like, wow, Kellyanne is leaving the White House. She said, she and her husband both, because he's leaving the Lincoln Project, and y'all know the Lincoln Project is rough. They ain't playing no games. They ain't holding back no punches. They are swinging all the time. But he's leaving the Lincoln Project and she's leaving the White House. And they said, you know what? Our family come first. We have our own views about things, but our family come first. It's so crazy, though, because I just wonder,
like, I think some of the views that people have are just nuts. So it would be really nice to like sit down to a table with the two of them and like listen to like a debate. Like, so let me see, like, because I think yeah, I ain't gonna even get into this whole thing, but I just thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think their daughter wants to, leave their family, and they're like, well, we can't have that. So, because she's young, so.
Wow. Yeah, she said they got kids in middle school. I'm like, middle school, really? Middle school and high school. So I know those are the years that you really need to be with your kids. Like, and I know a lot of people work. They're working parents and things like that. But if you listen here, if you on two different sides of the spectrum, which they are totally, like that's got to be painful. And if this child is on the side with the father, and she has to go hang out in a school where her mother side is, like that, I can't even imagine what that must feel like. Like,
but, at the end of the day, like you said, you got to put those aside. If you want to save your family, sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah. Like the kids are important. So despite how you feel and who you work for, your children come first. Now, not everybody feel the same way. Not everybody feel the same way. Girl, let me tell you this: Zoom crashed.
What?
Yes. Zoom has crashed. I do too, because you got to think about all the stuff that I was on Zoom last night, and so there was like breaking news: Zoom crashed. Thousands of users in the U.S. and the United Kingdom reported issues with the platform. Zoom, the popular video conference platforms, that millions use to connect to work, school, is reported down for thousands of users across the globe. Thousands. Let me tell y'all something. When this pandemic hit, I should have bought some stock in Zoom like right away. I waited too late. I did get some, but I waited too late. Because Zoom has been on the rise ever since. Now, here's the thing. It can't handle all this business that it's getting.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's a lot of business that Zoom is getting.
Wasn't built for that kind of infrastructure.
Not that type.
A lot of places were not built for that kind of infrastructure, but so
like people are working from home. I'm sure I was looking for a virtual phone number this morning, because in my professional life, I'm an insurance agent. And I was like, okay, I need to get I don't want people calling my cell phone. I was like, I just don't want all these strange people calling my cell phone. I need to get a virtual number. So, when you go away, this is the one thing I say about when you take some time off. You get a chance to reflect, like you said, Georgia, like you had a chance to reflect. You get a chance to reflect, right, on things in your life and moving forward. And so my daughter is giving me so much inspiration right now. She has no idea how much inspiration she's giving me, because my daughter is she's very organized. And she's very straight. She's not like me. Like, I got 9 million ideas. She's not like that. She needs to have one thing in place, and she needs to work that one thing.
Right.
Her mama ain't like that, y'all. Her mom is different.
Golly, I wish sometimes I had that.
Yeah.
But okay.
She's that person. So we had 3.5 hours to drive to and from, and our conversation was very enlightening. She probably doesn't even know it, but it helped me think about, she's grown, and so we those are our kids, so we worry about them. We want the best for them. We want to plan for them. But she said to me, I'm doing some things that she got major plans that's going to take shape really soon. I'm excited about that. But it kind of gave me a little bit of space to fall back and say, okay, Audrey, she has it. She got it. You can relax and do you. Right?
Right.
You can relax and do your thing. Like, she has it. She got it. And it's so funny because there's been situations where I needed her to step into my shoes, and she has done a tremendously great job, right? And and I was like, I'm gonna need you to handle this for me. And she says, okay. And she just says, okay, with ease, and she just does it, right? But still, that's my baby. So I'm always trying to figure out how to make her life better. And so she said to me, I got this. And I was like, okay. I got it, mommy. I got this. And I was like, okay. But what that did for me was they gave me the opportunity to say, okay, now you go do what you got to do for Audrey. Do that. Don't worry about everybody else. She got it. So I was like, so I woke up with like, okay, I need to put some stuff into place, structure some stuff, because I kind of neglect that side of my business, because I roll on the theory that all millionaires have 7 streams of income. I live by that theory, like, because all of them have 7 streams or more. So I used to feel bad when I had multiple streams of income coming in, because I felt like people was going to think I was scattered. Now I really don't care what they think, because at the end of the day, I know that my friends and partners, they have 7 streams, so it's okay. I think I'm at 3. I haven't gotten to 7 yet. So, but this stream of income, I kind of neglect. I only do it when somebody comes to me, you know, and say, hey, I need some life insurance. Like my mother said to me yesterday, hey, one of her friends' husband just passed away. So she called me. We were on the road. She's like, hey, Julie needs some life insurance. So this is normally how I do it. I was like, oh, okay, I'll write it when I get back. This is normally how it happens for me. I know I don't really push it, but I realize right now we live in such uncertain times. People need to protect their families, right? And I was like, just like Zoom did some pivots to kind of try to handle all this exposure they're getting right now, and all these clients and registration. They didn't do enough. They didn't have time. And I feel like we are in the same space. Like, people need to protect their families because you just never know what's going to happen. And so one of the policies, one of the things that I'm excited about on the insurance side is the accelerated death benefit, right? And the reason I'm excited about that, G, is because there are people who become chronically ill, critically ill. They don't even know that they can take money out of their insurance policy, right? Mm-hmm. And I just kind of been lacking on that, like, oh yeah, but I realize we're living in crazy times. Like, people just leaving here without warning, you know. Not that they haven't always been like that, but I think right now it's just like a whole lot of uncertainty. And I was like, okay, I need to kind of go back, look at that side of my business, that side of that business, and figure out what I'm going to do with that side of the business. And that's what I've been doing. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, my daughter has, you know, she was my inspiration for rethinking some things in my life. She said, I got it. And I was like, okay, you got it. So she got it and I'm good. So I need to go ahead and refocus and you know, add these other 4 streams of income to these 3 that I already got. All right, listen, guys, I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned. welcome back. So it's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So the Atlanta Community Food Bank has opened its first community food center in Gwinnett County with plans to distribute more than 500,000 meals to the community over the next year. And trust me, there are a lot of people that need food. You'll be surprised at the number of people who just don't have a hot meal to eat. So that's really nice of them. Matter of fact, let's give them a round of applause for that because I think that's cool. So this is the first time they're going to be operating a food bank outside of East Point. Normally, the food bank distributes much of their food to nearly 700 community partners and networks of independent pantries and ministries and charities in that area. So Gwinnett County is not going to be a part of that family. The new center, which has a grand opening this coming Wednesday, is located at 1979 Parker Court in the Stone Mountain area near the Gwinnett DeKalb line. So it's kind of on the line right there. So they're going to be doing that. Listen, I was working with Derek J. Wilson, who is running for commission for District 3, which is the district in which we live in. And he did a Christmas in the Park. Christmas in the Park. Yeah, last year in December. And I was just amazed. And it was cold, y'all. It was cold. It was raining. It was December, but normally December is pretty okay. It was freezing that day, and it was pouring down raining. People came out because they needed food. They needed coats, and so we had a coat drive. We had lunch for them, and the food was delicious. I don't know who catered that food, but it was really good. I broadcast live from there for Good Morning Gwinnett. We did a coat drive, a toy drive, and we did lunch. It was so nice, and the partners that came on board to do that event just was so. We were all so happy to be a part of it, but it was like crazy to see people. You know, like we live in one of the richest countries in the world. There are still people starving. There really are. Still people hungry every day. And it's crazy because you wouldn't think so, but there are. And so the fact that this pantry is going to be there to provide, so much food is a good thing. Also, Gwinnett has given Chromebooks to nearly 50,000 students because they got to go back to school virtually. Yeah, 50,000. But here's the thing. They're about to give 19,000 more out. Because there's still students who need Chromebooks. Can you imagine? So they're about to spend $5 million on 19,000 more Chromebooks to give out to students because they need to be able to get online and do their schoolwork. Now I can tell y'all this, G. I'm about to digress for a minute. My brother's an educator. His wife is an educator. He sent me a video of this lady trying to teach her class virtually. It was one little boy. Oh, he was so belligerent. He was cursing. Oh my God! So they did a Zoom call. He probably broke Zoom. I was saying to myself, oh my God, she need to record it and send it to his mother. Because I don't know if the kid know, but you can record Zoom. I would have recorded that session and sent it right to his mother in a text message. And if I was his mother, he would have got his head knocked completely off his shoulder. Oh my God, he was so awful. And all the other kids they weren't laughing. They were just kind of sitting there just watching him. I'm like, he didn't have his picture up there, right? All thing you can hear is his voice. Because with Zoom, you don't have to put your picture up. You don't have to start your video. Right. You can just hear the voice. He was so bad, Georgette. I was like, oh my God. And so she had an aide working with her in the class, right? And the aide kept locking him out. But some kind of way, he kept finding a way to get back into class. Just oh my God. It was just terrible. I was like, oh my God. If I was his mother, he would catch a bat. They would have to call DIFAS on me or DFAX or whoever because I would knock his head completely off his shoulder. That's the one thing I did not play. When my daughter she know I didn't play. She don't play with her daughter. I would look at her and like, you know how you get that mommy look.
Yes, that mommy look. That's what my kids call it all the time. They're like, oh, that's that mommy look. Yes,
You get that mommy look and it's like, yeah, you better get in a corner and sit down somewhere. But anyway, I had to just tell y'all that quick story. But anyway, Gwinnett has more than 80,000 students. Will begin phasing in person instruction. This week on the 26th. That's Wednesday. So they're going to start going back in the classroom this Wednesday. But there are still a lot of parents and teachers saying, I'm not going back. There are a lot of parents and special education students, parents who opted for in-person learning because they were saying, you know what? I need to make sure my kids get an education. Like, they can't teach them at home. And I was talking to my
Right.
brother about this. He was like, Audrey, them parents, they don't know all this stuff. Like, they don't have time to teach
No.
these kids. And he was like, I was like, wow. So, he and I talk about education a lot because he's been an educator for quite some time. He used to try to get me to be a teacher. And I said, bruh, I don't have that kind of patience. Hence is why I had one child. Gee, I already knew, one. Like, I couldn't even imagine people calling my name. Them little kids, Miss Bell, Miss Bell. I'm like, let's get somewhere and sit down. They probably would have fired me for abusing. Like, she smacked me side the head.
Then I bumped my head and had to have another one. But, I think because they weren't so close together, I could deal with that. But I could not imagine, having children 3 and 4, close together. I get it. But
yeah.
It's hard. It's
very hard. It's very hard. All right, here goes some other depressing news. So Gwinnett School Board member Steve Knudsen apologizes for his insensitive Twitter tweets about Islam diversity. It says, look, it says they don't reflect who he is. Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
then why are you saying it?
Right. All right, so Gwinnett County Education member Steve Knudsen apologized publicly on Thursday for retweeting some Twitter posts that questioned the value of diversity and criticized Islam that were made before he joined the county's school board. Said that they didn't reflect who he is. Okay. Listen, I'm Gwinnett Daily Post, so I ain't gonna even really get... So, because here's my thing, y'all. And I talk about... Georgia and I talk about this all the time. There are people out there who have these prejudices, right? And they don't think they're prejudices till it come out their mouths, and then everybody else say, that's a prejudice, or you're racist, or you're a bigot, right? They don't think it's that until it actually come out and somebody brings it to their attention. So whatever you retweeted, if you retweeted and you thought something about it, you might want to dig a little deep inside yourself. Because if you really think that's not who you are, then do a little digging, do a little soul searching, some spiritual guidance, excavating. Just do a little digging and just look at yourself, like really look at yourself. Because listen, this goes back to awareness, Georgette, and consciousness, right? You have to be aware of who you are. If you're trying to make a change in this world, hopefully it's a positive change. You have to be aware of who you are. I know what I don't like. I know what I do like. I know the prejudice that I have. And if I retweet something, right? I obviously thought something about it, retweeted.
Yeah.
It obviously resonated with me some kind of way that I felt compelled to retweet it, to talk about it on Facebook, to talk about it on Good Morning Gwinnett. I felt some way about that. And when you listen to that stuff, it kind of tells you who a person is. So when you say I retweeted this, but it really doesn't reflect who I am, then do you know who you are?
Right. Because why would you be retweeting that if you had no inkling as to what that really meant? You know what I mean? Like you have to retweet and you have to post and like things that reflect who you are. That's just reflect something of who you are, whether it's negative or positive. It's something in there that makes you think, oh yeah, I agree with this, or I don't agree with this. I mean, because it is part of who you are. I mean, okay.
He was like, I'm sorry.
But I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry they were insensitive.
But a lot of times, they see these lines and they see them apologizing and nothing gets done, and so people think that that's just acceptable. Then I need to just say that. Oh, I apologize and everything's okay. And I think when people don't get their feet held to the fire about what they're talking about or what they're tweeting or not tweeting or posting or not posting, negative or positive, if you don't get any, you're not held accountable to that, then of course it makes it easier for other people to do it and then backtrack and say, oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Right. And here's my thing,
and that's what people are saying.
Right. And here's my thing too, right? If you honestly believe that that's not who you are, seriously, do some soul, but do some soul searching, because you obviously don't know who you are. If you can go on there and you can retweet something that's so awful, so horrible, so racist, so bigot, so sexist, and you say that's not who I really am, then you really don't know who the heck you are. You just don't. And so this is the time for you to go back and say, oh my God, who am I? Because there have been times I had to say that. Now, it's not about such extreme things as those, but there have been things that I've done, and I said to myself, oh my God, who am I? You know?
Right. Where did that show up from?
Where did that come from?
Where did that come from?
You know, and we're human. We make mistakes, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
If your mistakes is affecting other people in a negative way, do some soul searching. Find out who you really are. And then that way you don't have to be faced with stuff like that.
But then open up the conversation, right, to talk about that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Just to shut it down doesn't help anything. It doesn't help you, look at yourself. It doesn't help people have the conversation about why you said that. It's just, it's not cool. Like you said, everybody's human. I get that, and we have to come to the table and say, okay, well, maybe I thought that way, or, but that's not how I think now, because I've learned some things. Like you said, I've looked into why I did that. But some people don't own that. They don't want to own that part either. And a lot of that stuff goes with belief, how people have, belief in their own, what they've been told and talked about in their family, and this is just their belief. And people, as you can see, people really will die for their beliefs.
Yeah.
And that's just, you can have other beliefs. You can create other beliefs.
You
So,
can.
You can.
Yep. It's up to you, though. It's your choice. It's your choice.
Yep.
All right, so listen, that's all we got for you today. I'm going to go to this last song, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to give you my word of inspiration today, so stay tuned.
We get it down to the beat, y'all. We get it down to the beat, y'all. We get it down to the beat, y'all. It's like we're not going anywhere. Maybe it's because there's something in the air. And I don't even care. No, I don't even care anymore. It's like we're losing all track of time. I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine. Turn my life around. Wow. So where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same? Where do we go from here when everything is said and done? This is what we do. We get down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all. Let's get down. We get down to the beat, y'all. Yeah, it's like I'm stuck in this mystic cloud, waiting for something I can't get out. And I don't even care. No, I don't even care anymore. It's like we're losing all track of time. I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine. Turn my life around. Wow. Yeah. Where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same? Where do we go from here when everything is said and done? Where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same? Where do we go from here when everything is said and done? We saw it all over. And let's get together now, so we can find a spark in the night. Boogie, come on, blow that. That's right.
Welcome back. So listen, that's all I got for you today. But here is my word of inspiration for today. The best thing to hold on to in life is each other. Let me say that again. The best things to hold on to in life is each other. people have their differences, they do, right? But I treasure my friends, and I'm learning to treasure my family and my friends even more. My little doggy taught me that. She don't even know the impact she's made on my life since she's gone. She was with us for 16 years, but she's made a probably even bigger impact on my life since she's left us, because she has showed me how to just love people unconditionally for real. Not just say I love you unconditionally, but to truly love them unconditionally for real. And so because of that, I want to hold on to the people that I love in my life, and you should too. Just hold on to them. No expectations. Just love them and hold on, because that's powerful, y'all. I look at some folks like, oh my God. But then I said, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to love you just where you are. And I had to tell my mother that last night. I was like, you know, Ma, I'm just going to love folks where they are. Because that's all you can really do. And that's the meaning of really true unconditional love. Unconditional across the board.
Yep.
Across the board. So listen, that's all I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock to talk to you some more about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. If you missed any episode of this show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there. Also, be sure to share the show with your friends. Subscribe to the show on YouTube. Subscribe to the show on iTunes, Apple, Google, everywhere. Go download the Alexa skill. Well, I'm everywhere, y'all. And I'm still trying to be everywhere. But anyway, go to Apple Podcasts and give your favorite episode 5 stars, because I need you to help me rank up in the top on Apple. So the way to do that is give your favorite episode 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I'll be back again tomorrow. Georgette, thank you so much for giving us our word for the week, which is love. Love
Thank
unconditionally.
You guys for listening.
Yes. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Listen, keep your mask on. Stay safe. Coronavirus is still out there. And until next time, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.